Dan.
Hi.
Marcus talked a lot about energy in the way that not just they played tonight, but preparation. Has that been the difference since the High Point match?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the nature of how they emote and give energy. I think body language is a huge piece of what we pick up on and what we value. And I think that's, between this game and the UCF game, like the most energy that we've had from the support of the bench, the nature of how we want to finish the game, the appetite. There was no point in that game where we didn't feel, or it didn't sound like we were the team with the momentum. And I think that's really important. So yeah, we've kind of discovered something in these last two games in terms of that side of things that I really like. I love the appetite, the energy and enthusiasm that we're playing with, even when we're defending, certainly when we have the ball. So it's a nice quality that the team possesses right now, and long may it continue.
So just how important is attitude in a game like this? Like, how much of a difference is just having the right attitude?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were very quick to make sure that the team recognised how good Georgia Southern are. They're a good team. They are a high RPI team. I think they were 5 before the game kicked off. So this was a real opportunity for us. So there was no conversation of taking them lightly, or not respecting them in terms of what they've achieved and where they are in the country, because their RPI reflected it. And they've got a lot of tools. They don't concede many goals, and they've got some real threats that we did a wonderful job of nullifying for the most part tonight. So in terms of the way that the players approached it, and I think the message from High Point as far as, okay, we need to dig a little bit deeper to truly discover what we think we might be capable of this year. And I just reminded him of that conversation at the end just now, to say, okay, if I was questioning whether you believed what we're capable of, what do you believe now, 2 games later, with a win against the number 6 team in the country, and at the very least joint top of the league.
Yeah, it's Kentucky won, by the way, so yes. So, like, you guys have had 5 halves of shutout soccer, 2 clean sheets in a row. Is there more to it than attitude and energy? Like, is something different defensively?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, I have to give a lot of credit to Dante stepping in from UCF and 2 back-to-back 90-minute performances where he was a little bit further down the order at the start of the season. And again, it kind of exemplifies the quality of depth that we have, because Skargs and Bryce and others that are not in the starting lineup right now have done well. Tristan the same, comes in at half-time today for Carlos and didn't miss a beat. So there's a quality of depth that we have right now, which I think part of our challenge has been, when it comes to attitude, is being able to cross that threshold of being incredibly selfless when everyone wants to play, and it's such a hard thing to do as a player. But I think the nature of the games, the competitive spirit of the UCF game, and then this one as well, knowing that this was a big matchup, everyone was really bought into what it is we were trying to achieve, not just tonight but the last game as well. And I hope that we've turned a little bit of a corner where the players can recognise that it takes everyone. And no matter how big or small your minutes are, you do contribute and you do offer an energy to the environment and a momentum to the nature of how the team is playing. And again, I hope that they can continue to be really selfless and come with an attitude on Monday when we get back to training, that they want to disrupt things and they want to get back in the team.
How challenging is it for a player like Tristan to come in cold in a game like of this magnitude?
Yeah, I think, to be fair, that it could have been. I'd argue it's probably more difficult for Bryce when we made the change at half-time. Just wanted to protect Felix on the yellow, and we maybe second guessing that Southern might try and put Lewis on that side and exploit that. But with Tristan, he knew, there was a version of the team yesterday before we'd got through, if you like, Carlos is physical, that Tristan was going to start. So he knew to be ready. He knew that Carlos was in question. So I hope had the right approach, and in fairness, I think he showed he was himself. He was composed. He dealt with defensive situations really well, and we never have any concerns when Tristan's on the ball. He's a wonderful distributor.
How much does the packed stands help in a game like this?
Oh, unbelievable! The crowd again. The crowd tonight's been kind of what we've been craving. Having that 12-man feeling. I think we have seen over the years that if we can get a kind of a signature win against a big-time opponent and get a good crowd, you've got to take the opportunity as a team. But my hope is now that there's, next time we're at home, next time we're out here, that we're going to get another 2,000 people, and that we gave them a great experience, and they left happy and want to come back. So it's always tricky because with men's soccer there's so many, we've had, as I mentioned before, today was the 5th mid-major top 25 program that we've played. So perhaps to the outside perspective, it's not Pitt, it's not Marshall, it's not a power conference school in a UCF or a Kentucky, but yet they're still a really, really high opponent and high level opponent. And we need the help of the Maniacs, we need the help of our community to come out here and support us, and they turned up in an abundance, and so grateful for that tonight.
Leading up to the penalty, when you get Marcus 1v1 that close to goal, how confident are you that something good is going to come from it?
Yeah, I think the isolation worked really nicely at times for him tonight. Again, he's proven and taken to the idea that sometimes he might play a little bit in the wide positions. I think even when we moved him late in the second half out to the right, I thought he caused a lot of problems for the two fullbacks of Georgia Southern. So when he's in those moments and he's at it, he's terrifying. Like, there's not many. It's the same as we had to be so vigilant with Ricky Lewis, and I think Marcus reminded a few people that he's pretty dangerous in 1v1 isolation as well.
There's still a lot of the season left, but how big is that win RPI wise, but also looking at postseason seeding in the NCAA tournament, but also clinching Sun Belt?
For sure, to have another one in the back pocket from right now, a quad 1 win. Obviously, the standings in conference really, really pleasing. But we have a little bit of a gauntlet towards the end of the season here. We're about to hit 5 games in 16 days, and the break's not huge after that, and we go Kentucky, Marshall, South Carolina, who the nature of how these games present themselves could all potentially be quad 1 games as well. So we definitely got a gauntlet at the end, so earning some stock and having something in the back pocket early in the season or midway through the season is really valuable.
Marcus spoke about how Nacho and Christou have a very strong chemistry in the midfield. They both played the full 90 today, and how important is it from an upperclassman and a freshman just to have such good chemistry this early on?
Yeah, I think those two are outstanding, and a ton of credit to Cos because 2 games ago he was on the outside watching his teammates as a captain and showed a good attitude, and we wanted to make a couple of changes going into UCF that probably allowed us to have a structure of 2 central midfielders that weren't, if you like, morphing into those positions, but were more permanent fixtures in those 2 positions. He did great against UCF, and I gave him a hard time after the game because Cos had made me aware that he'd never played more than 75 minutes in any single game. So I told him he's not playing against Coastal because he did 80 against UCF and 90 again tonight, so he'll have to need a rest.
Good.
Okay, thanks Dan, appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.